Hello and welcome to your weekly horoscope for week commencing the 18th of April. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you some key strands to look out for. Please stay with me because then I will give you in detail each of the 12 zodiac sign forecasts. Now this week is particularly notable because the Sun is moving on Wednesday into the sign of Taurus, which means the combination between Mercury and Uranus at the start of this week and also the North Node being in Taurus, it gives us that very earthy dimension once the Sun moves in midweek. Now, the Sun in Taurus is the second sign of the 12 sign zodiac. And this is where we can convert some of the ideas and strands that we've been working on more recently into something hopefully more tangible and lasting. But of course, we are being faced with a big increase in the cost of living, energy prices, and in some cases interest rates. So for a lot of us, we are needing to use our ingenuity in order to rejig things to make the most of the assets and the money that we have. So the combination between Mercury and Uranus at the start of this week, which flows on from the end of last week, can give us that dexterity in our thinking. But it could, for some people, also make them a little bit more rebellious and decide to splash out on something that suits them because it's a more impulsive combination. But that duo links with Venus that's exalted in the sign of Pisces, and in the case of Mercury and Venus are in a beautiful alliance for pretty well the whole of this week, but it is exact on Monday, so there could be some surprise invitations, an opportunity to join in with people that we're not expecting, but also someone could be very generous or let us know how much they appreciate our past help or support. So some good deeds can definitely be flagged this week. Later in the week, however, there is a quarter moon in the sign of Aquarius. That's the 11th house squaring with the Sun in the second. So whatever we're thinking about doing with our resources, it's probably best to think long term. And also maybe keep business and pleasure a little bit separate. There's also a square across the same sectors between Mercury and also Saturn. So again, if we're thinking about the people that we can connect with, it's probably going to be those that share our core values. And where people don't, that could be highlighted in a more obvious way. But if you're someone with a very clear plan about what you want to achieve, the link between the Sun and Mars is very energizing and very progressive, and that goes on from Friday through to the end of the week. So please stay with me for the individual zodiac sign forecast. But if you would like to understand how more serious astrology works based on your time, date and place of birth, if you give me those 3 pieces of information, I can give you a roadmap that really can transform your life based on your character analysis, but also your next 12-month forecast. This goes way beyond this Zodiac broadcast, and you can get 30% off of my special offer. Please see the link below. And if you are new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. And finally, if you would like to get your free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning, again, please see the link below. Hello Virgo and welcome to your weekly horoscope for week commencing the 18th of April. Your ruler Mercury continues to be electrified by the energy of Uranus as this week begins. This could give you a real desire to break out of the routines of life, even if you're someone who has an appreciation of maintaining them. A change can be as good as a rest. But also the 9th house is very much about truth. And Uranus, in a way, can also be the planet of truth, even if it is a restless and sometimes disruptive influence. So something could come up this week which surprises you, but it could be an opportunity, it could be a challenge. But certainly at the start of this week, as it aligns so beautifully with Venus in your sector of relating, maybe there's going to be a connection which really delights you. You could even hear from someone completely out of the blue. So if you're single, generally a lovely alliance between Mercury and Venus this week, with Uranus's help early in the week, can be very supportive. Now on Wednesday, the Sun moves into the sign of Taurus, joining up with Mercury, Uranus and the North Node. If you've yet to book any time out, any vacation time, perhaps due to COVID, the next month suggests that you will have a need to do this. If your priorities isn't so much to have rest and relaxation, applying for a course of higher education could appeal to you, or perhaps even working in a different country to where you live now. Some kind of travel is likely to be part of your world over this next month. Now later in this week, the Sun is aligning with Mars in your sector of relating. So if you need to assert your position as you see it, you can do so with a great deal of gusto. But you must make sure the facts are right, because your 6th house, which is where strict Saturn is located, and the quarter moon of Saturday, they're angling up against the 9th house. And that can create some tension. You can be one of the most conscientious of people, but if there's part of you that really does want to break free of some responsibilities and obligations that just seem to be very oppressive, then perhaps that's when you're going to need to do it. But that doesn't mean to say that other people can't have an opinion about what you're trying to do. And some people could be quite cutting about saying what they think to you, or will it be you who's being quite cutting to someone else? Perhaps someone you've given a lot of support to, could even be a colleague who's resisting you having a bit of free time for yourself.